This is called, if anybody who's trying to learn how to podcast and you want to know how to sync voice with the recorder, and you don't have one of those filmy wooden, you call it something, the breakers, the voice breaker, the slap, tuck. So the best thing that you have is to sync voice. This is my advice, how to do it in 3 seconds is 1, 2, 3. Okay, in the direction of the mic. 1, 2, 3. Great.
नमस्कार। आजकल राष्ट्रीय स्वयंसेवक संघ का 3 दिन का कॉन्क्लेव चल रहा है। उसमें जो सरसंघ चालक हैं मोहन भागवत, उन्होंने कुछ ऐसे वक्तव्य दिए हैं जिसको लेकर काफी कंफ्यूजन हो रहा है। अंदरूनी चुनाव।
Good evening. I'm starting a podcast series which will be doing talks. This is a trial. I don't know if I will be able to share. I should share it. I don't mind sharing it. I don't mind sharing this with the public, because at least, anyways, this is a trial podcast that we are starting with a series of people, a series that we are doing to help people understand what's happening in their, help first us understand what's happening in our company, and then also understand what they're doing and how what we're talking about affects everybody that we know of in the systems of democracies that we live in our countries. So welcome, good evening. It's 19th of September. My name is Manjot Singh. I've started a company called World 108, and it's trying to fix the problem of democracy in whatever way we can. Even if we achieve a 5% result, that's great, because democracy does need fixing. It does need a healthy debate. It does need a lot of constructive talk. I think we're getting too lost in the media that we consume. We get carried away by every Twitter tweet that we read. We get carried away by every news item that gets sent. It's shocking, and I'm sure you're aware of this, that WhatsApp forwards have such an impact on the minds of at least Indians, and globally as well. I'm sure the forwards do have an impact. They add as a great, communication is great. Honestly, this is what we need. Communication definitely at such a fast pace is great. That is the tool that we are also using to fix democracy. But the fact that we need to understand, what I feel is that it's very difficult not to get carried away by everything you read, because you've never taken a break. You've never taken a break more than maybe 2 days without your phone, to realize what your mind is really, and how everything, that all the thoughts and messages that come through, how it affects your understanding in a very subconscious manner. And maybe that is the reason there's a few companies globally that are trying to fix the problem of democracy. And many have attempted, many have tried and failed. Using technology to exercise democracy has not been working for many of them, because people are too busy consuming media. You need to give them a break. If they got a break for 5 days from consumption of media, I think it'll help bring a lot of balance into our understanding. But anyways, welcome to this channel. I was just like everybody else, I was Googling, and I like this Mr. Vinod Dua's journalism. I think he's great at journalism, because his viewpoint is, if you listen to him, there is never a sense of aggression or anger. He's being very in his news that he gives out, he's very neutral. And I think I was also thinking about this evening because I love journalism as a topic, and what they do. I'm fascinated by how journalism can be the bridge to peace and many great things. But okay, as a journalist, I feel what we are consuming in our media format right now. There's a few journalists who are very famous in India for their style of delivery and debate, and that it's surprising, and you should also be aware. I'm sure you'll be aware of this, that it's funny. It's also funny. We take it in a very funny way as well. There's a lot of jokes about it, and that is a distraction. We are spending half an hour, 45 minutes a day. You don't have much time anyways in your day, and then you're spending this valuable time of yours also taking part in a debate, consuming media, helping democracies, playing your part. But at the same time, you also know that you're addicted to this style of nonsense that we consume, because it's not taking us anywhere, it's not making your day better tomorrow. Tomorrow you're consuming some other debate. Whatever is trending, there's at least, from my research, there's at least 5 topics. If you stand outside Twitter and you don't enter the world of Twitter and you just stay outside, you will see at least every second day there's something trending. And some things trend more than others, like rape or issues, petrol prices, diesel prices, terrorism. All these things, they trend a little more because these are major issues which keep on recurring, and there's no solution. It's too slow the way things are happening. And the reason frustration comes in is because that your life has moved on, everything has moved on. Technology wise, it's helping you. You can book a cab now, it can come in 5 minutes. Everything is so okay. But the frustration is that the system that we live in seems to be lagging. Judiciary is lagging. Delivery of law and justice is lagging. Media may confusion hai. There's so much you read and listen every day. Maybe private companies have taken over media companies. That's why these journalists are not publishing what they should publish. But I feel journalism globally has been affected. It needs a transformation. It needs and it needs to be where journalists understand that their job, even what I'm talking about on our platform, my job as a speaker on this platform who's discussing issues is not to come with a clean slate. I honestly don't know anything. That is the idea you need to have, as a fresh slate, and then see what's being delivered, what are people saying, and to do some research, a constructive debate or research for at least, let's say, a month or two before you come to a conclusion and blame somebody. Blaming Modi or Rahul or or some single person. If we think we can blame a single person and get an answer, I think that's foolishness. Getting an answer from a single person, I don't want an answer from a single person, honestly, because I recognize that the problem is not with a single person. The problem is in the system and how it functions, how democracy functions, how bureaucracy functions in our country. My father was a bureaucrat. He was in the public prosecution department. I myself wanted to do law, but I dropped out. I still want to pursue it if I can. But yes, judiciary, I definitely know, is lagging. We need so many judges. And I made a video about the ratio of ministers to amount of people they represent. And it spoke about this, that if judiciary is lagging, if there's a, you need to understand and how important that is. More important than judiciary is democracy. Governance, governance comes first in the priority list, then comes judiciary, media. These are the pillars of democracy. So representation in the parliament needs to be a little more better than what it is right now, because we are the largest democracy in the world. People have smaller democracies. We should be proud of our democracy and fix it in such a way that it shows the intelligence of all the engineers. And there must so much technical mind that we have. It just needs to be put into the right direction. I feel we can create wonders. And maybe sometimes I feel Modi is, from his speeches, I believe him. Okay, that's what I do. I believe whatever you're telling me, but at the same time, I feel I am not able to communicate with Modi. Whatever my answers and solutions are, I'm not able to. You cannot tweet and make yourself heard. It's a lot of effort to make a tweet go viral. Maybe I have a whole IT team of 50 people sitting behind you and tell them all to, get on the job. That's not I don't think that's an effective way. And because I feel if I am able to communicate with the Prime Minister through some way we can find through building this project in an effective, constructive manner where there's no blame game being done and there's just clear message being given on our understanding of what is happening. And maybe that will bridge the gap, because in the middle lies bureaucracy, in between citizens and the government that's representing me, our elected representatives, lies bureaucracy. And bureaucracy, I know, is corrupt. I know it is corrupt. And it's okay to accept it is corrupt. Yeah, what the hell? It's something that been corrupt for a long time, and you say, oh, don't say things like, oh, so out loud that it's okay. I understand, because I've discussed the issue of corruption with so many of my friends, and I'll tell you the final answer always is that we are corrupt. And accepting that we are corrupt is not going to... Accepting the reality is not going to harm us in any way. So it's okay. Recognizing the fact that yes, we are corrupt. Not a single person. Blaming others that only he is corrupt will not do the job, because the majority is corrupt. Inherent nature of, if law and order on a street road, I'm honestly telling you, I've seen this myself so many times and experienced it as well. If law and order is trying to fine you, if a police guy catches you on the road, believe me, I've seen this, and you've seen this as well, that if the incident is happening in front of you, you see if the person does not have a license or something is off, insurance, pollution certificate. You have seen this for sure, that the person tries to bribe first. Before the policeman gives up, your inherent nature is to offer a bribe. Stop. Just recognize it right there and say we are corrupt, and let's fix it now. हम खुद ही नहीं मानेंगे कि हम corrupt हैं, and we'll say, oh, government Rafale deal scam, this scam, that scam, falana scam, tamkana scam. And then you accept those scams as well, because you are corrupt, but you're just not accepting it. Anyways, I hope that makes sense. But if not, I'll try to explain myself in some other talks. So yeah, Vinod Dua ji was okay. This video that I was just consuming right now, I made my first YouTube comment. YouTube comments are funny. They're the funniest place on this planet. If you want to find humor, go to YouTube comments and don't enter them. Just stay outside. If you enter them, then it's a different ball game. Then you need to have a very strong mind. I feel you need a very strong mind to be in communication at such a open public platform where you don't know who's on the other side of the laptop. That's what I think. Authenticity is also something that we are addressing in my company. We need an authentic social platform. Social platforms have been great. Facebook, Twitter, everything is great, but it's too young. It can do much more. And yes, so this is my first, he was talking about something that now Mr. Prime Minister himself will be part of the decision making. He'll take care of the finance ministry, and I feel it's a feel good message from what I feel. Press releases these messages and it's okay. So this is what my comment is. So let's see if it makes sense. Let me read it now and see if it makes sense. PM himself will look after the financial ministry. Dot. I feel this is just to maybe sideline the minds of the public a little, to take their reasoning away from asking answers over promises made with the demonetization. Okay, so my issue is about demonetization. I'm saying, like, I'm trying to say that this is just trying to make me feel good. OPM will take over it now. Now Mr. Arun Jaitley is not fine. And Mr. Maybe I feel if PM Modi, what I'm saying in this comment over here is that if Mr. Modi is saying that he will now look after the matters and he was not aware about them before, is a little surprising, because I feel he's always been involved. He's a leader, so he's always been involved with everything that happens in all his departments. And if he's saying now he's looking after this matter, then I would still say that please take the help of all the bureaucrats and PMO office staff available, like make a democratic process, take everybody's solutions on board, which, and keep finance ministry involved as well, take their, but make a more democratic decision and maybe, get some messages from the public as well, that okay, if demonetization really did fall wrong and you had different intentions, great. Public has some doubts, maybe answer them, and yes, like be more transparent. That is what I'm saying. And I agree with Mr. Vinod Duaji that for a few months the finance minister was not available. So who was looking after the department then? Are you saying it was ignored, that now you're giving it focus? So these are like questions that I feel arise out of a promiscuous would it be promiscuous? Let me Google what's promiscuous. Promiscuous, no internet. Yeah, so this is a trial podcast. I'm meeting a few friends tomorrow and this week, 2 of them. I'm doing a talk with my sister very soon. I'm doing a talk with a friend everybody needs to listen to. I feel there's some people I can share with public that have really had an impact on my life. And one of them is my best friend Maninderjeet Singh Passi. He's a Merchant Navy captain. I feel when people talk about youth being involved in politics, this is somebody I would really urge and request Bassi, think about entering politics, because he's such a great leader. I think he has great leadership skills. One can learn so much from him. He's a captain in the Merchant Navy, but he's a different sort of a captain. He's a really happy, upbeat, motivating. He's a great guy. So I'm having a talk with him. His ship reaches some port tomorrow, so I'm supposed to do a call with him and share this project with him, because he's not available and I just launched this project a few days ago. He's aware a little about it, so I will tell him what's happening, how the voting system works, how a speaker discusses issues, how we do like slow and steady progress towards making a constructive opinion. So yes. Okay, promiscuous. Having or characterized by many transient sexual relations. No. Demonstrating or implying an unselective approach. Yeah. So that PM will take care of the financial ministry right now is a very promiscuous message that I'm not able to understand. Demonstrating or implying an unselective approach. Yeah. Please take the opinion of all the people that you have available. And yes, bureaucracy is something I feel needs to transform or have a reform in, because so many these bureaucratic processes take so long. What can we figure out to make them happen in a shorter span of time? Yeah, that's a question I would like to answer. I'll write it down. So this was okay. This is it. That is it. Have a great evening, everybody. I hope I'm able to share and make some content which helps us understand and connect online in a more transparent and authentic manner to discuss issues. Yeah, great. Thank you so much. Have a great evening, everybody. Bye bye. I don't know if I'll be able to share this podcast, but I'll have to see it first. So let's see. Okay, tada.